Greetings YouTube, my name is Stuart and welcome to the Weekend Salaryman. Photography, weekend life and snippets from Seoul, South Korea. I talk about how I spend my downtime as a salaryman here in South Korea, the camera gear I use, namely the Fuji ecosystem, and my creative process. So if that's something that you're interested in, then please feel free to subscribe for more. The life of a salaryman or woman in South Korea is one of routine. Clock in at 9, clock out at 6, work overtime if you need to, rinse and repeat. It really wears down at you and tends to blunt any sense of excitement that you have in your daily routine. Now, South Korea still attracts a lot of talent from all over the world. A lot of people want to move here for many reasons, to seek out greener pastures, to seek out opportunities. If you have any dreams of coming to work in South Korea, then here's my advice to you. Now, if you get any value from this, then please drop a like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Now, my first piece of advice is to work towards an independent visa. I'm not going to go into too much detail in this because there's lots of resources online, but in Korea there are generally two types of visas for foreigners. Those are sponsored and independent visas. Now, to make it really quick, basically if you're on a sponsored visa, it's a lot harder to leave a job. It's a lot more drawn out. But if you're on an independent visa, you basically have the latitude and the freedom and a lot more flexibility when you're job hunting. Now, the reality is that you probably won't get an independent visa right away, and you'll have to satisfy a few criteria first. My second piece of advice, and this might seem like an obvious one, but please, for the love of God, just learn the language. You don't need to be fluent, and I'm certainly not fluent, but I do have, and I feel everyone who enters the Korean workforce should have a certain level of working proficiency and at least have the confidence to conduct social interactions in Korean as well, just because it makes it a lot easier for both you and your Korean colleagues. It goes without saying that getting a Korean language certificate like TOPIK or KIIP makes you massively more marketable as a foreigner looking to work in Korea, especially for companies who want to specifically recruit foreigners. And my third and final piece of advice is to build up a portfolio of work, which you can then present to potential employees when you are job hunting and applying for jobs. So this can be for both creative and technical fields, but something as simple as a one-pager website is a really great way to sell yourself and showcase your skills when you're applying for jobs. So tonight, I find myself in Sinsa, in the upscale shopping district. And to be honest, I really enjoy walking around Sinsa because I feel like it doesn't hold any pretense about what it is. It's unashamedly consumerist. It caters to tourists. It's got shops which showcase the latest labels and designs. The cafes here just ooze aesthetics. And it's overall a really relaxing place to walk around, and shoot, even in the dead heat of summer. So I've compiled some B-roll of a walking tour that I've done around Sinsa, along with some shots shot on my Fuji X-S10 and my Sigma 18-50 mm f2.8. And I've also put a black mist, a Kenko Black Mist filter on this lens, which I don't know if you're looking at this image, but I really enjoy the effect that the black mist filter gives. It just kind of softens the image a bit, softens those highlights, diffuses the light really beautifully. And I've used a Fujifilm recipe from a guy called Max Alhaik, I think it is. And I found it on one of the Fujifilm Facebook groups. And his recipe is called Neon Valvia. I will link it in the description below. But Valvia, when it comes to Fujifilm recipes, really tends to run very saturated. And for that reason, I personally don't find myself using it too often. But looking at these shots that I took from my walk in Sinsa, I'm really happy with how they came out. There's a definite ambiance and a certain type of atmosphere to these images that, even though they have this very punchy and vivid Valvia tone to them, they still kind of have some sort of artistic quality. So sit back, relax, enjoy these b-roll scenes. Again, if you found any value from this video, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe as I make my way around Seoul, showcasing different parts of the city and talking about my life here, how I spend my downtime, and of course my photography. episode of Weekend Salaryman. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And See you in the next one.